about driver's condition. You will learn in this lesson the following topics: medication, fatigue, alcohol, mobile phone and other distractions, personalities, aggressive, show-off and impulsiveness, vision and perception error, reaction time and stopping distances, safe following distances, fatigue, alcohol. Avoid medicines. Some medicines may cause drowsiness. Always ask your doctor or pharmacist about possible effects on driving while on medication, whether the medication is prescribed by your doctor or bought over the counter. Common medicines that may cause drowsiness are cold tablets, hay fever and allergy medicines. If you have to drive while you have a cold, hay fever or allergy, it is much safer to drive with these symptoms than to take medicines which will cause drowsiness at the wheel. Do not use drugs. There are no known drugs that can overcome your feeling of tiredness. Some substances may keep you awake for a while, but will not make you alert. Later on, you may be even more tired than if you had not taken them at all. Sleep is the only thing that can overcome tiredness, so if you have started driving and begin to feel tired, stop and sleep. You will know when you are getting tired. You may start to yawn or find that you are blinking more often, finding it difficult to keep your eyes open. Alcohol. Do not drink alcohol and drive. Alcohol affects your judgment and makes it more difficult to judge risks, such as speed of your own vehicle as well as the speed of others. It makes it difficult to assess distance. Alcohol also gives you a false sense of confidence, which may encourage you to take risks that you would not otherwise take. It makes it difficult to concentrate and do more than one thing at a time, slows your reaction time and makes you more likely to crash. Some drivers actually think that they are better drivers when intoxicated. This is absolutely wrong. Alcohol is a major cause of fatal road crashes. If you drink and drive, you do not have full control of your actions, your judgment is affected and your ability to react to high-risk situations is reduced. You also compromise your safety and the safety of others. Alcohol also gives you a false sense of confidence, which may encourage you to take risks that you would not otherwise take. Driving when tired. Crashes happen when you are tired and you fall asleep at the wheel. You have been driving for too long without a break and lose concentration. Important rule. You must not drive your vehicle when tired, as you may become unable to control your car. Fatigue. Fatigue is a term which is used to describe a general feeling of sleepiness, being mentally or physically tired, being drained or exhausted. It reflects a level of impairment from a normal or rested state. Take a break in your driving. It is time to stop and have a sleep if you notice any of the following starting to occur. You are constantly yawning. You are starting to drift across the lane. Your eyes are closing or your eyesight is getting fuzzy. You are having trouble keeping your head up. Your speed is going up and down without you meaning it to. You do not remember driving along the last few kilometers of road. You start daydreaming. Fatigue. Plan before you drive. If you are driving on a long trip, make sure you get plenty of sleep before the trip. Share the driving whenever possible. Plan ahead and rest overnight. Take regular breaks. Do not start a trip after a long day's work. Avoid driving while tired. Make sure that you get enough sleep before you start. Most people require 7 to 8 hours of sleep every 24 hours. Schedule work safely. Your body gets accustomed to sleeping during certain hours. Try to schedule work for the hours you are normally awake. If you cannot schedule your work around your sleep, then you will have to schedule sleep to fit your work hours. Other driver distractions. Many cars today also have built-in navigation systems, high-quality audio systems, TV and DVD players. All of these electronic devices create distractions for drivers, which can cause crashes. Taking your eyes off the road to change the radio station, adjust the navigation system display, scroll through your mobile phone's numbers looking for a name to call or sending an SMS all take time. In that time you may have missed a hazard which could have resulted in a serious crash. Plan your route before you leave so that you do not have to adjust the navigational system or read a map. Preset your radio, CD and air conditioning system and do not engage in complex or emotional conversations. All of these things will help you to arrive at your destination safely. Noisy passengers' loud discussions can also distract you. Concentrate on your driving and advise your passenger to avoid disturbing you by their noisy discussions. Aggressive, show-off and impulsiveness. Driving when angry. Drivers do not always do the right thing and often make mistakes on the road. Some people get angry because of a mistake or action of another driver and become violent. You can avoid becoming a victim of another driver's anger easily. If you make a mistake when driving, show that you know you have made a mistake. Keep calm and keep your distance from other vehicles. Drive cooperatively and consider other people on the road. Treat other drivers as you would like them to treat you. Peripheral vision. Central vision is when our eyes focus straight ahead, allowing us to drive, read, and see details sharply. Central vision only covers about 3 degrees of our visual field, but it allows us to make very important judgments like estimating distance and understanding details in the path ahead. Peripheral vision accompanies central vision. While central vision covers about 3 degrees of the visual field straight ahead of us, peripheral, or side vision, covers the rest. Peripheral vision is not as sharp as central vision, but is more sensitive to light and motion and helps us detect events to the side, even when we're not looking in that direction. You can see in the picture the change of effectiveness of central vision and peripheral vision with increase of speed.
In order to avoid hazards, we need to be able to identify them as early as possible. We achieve this by applying a number of methods. The first is to lift our vision and look as far ahead as possible. This gives us the option to identify and deal with hazards well before we encounter them. Not all hazards come from the front, so it's important we keep our eyes moving and extend our field of vision 360 degrees around the vehicle. However, mirrors leave gaps called blind spots. In order to eliminate these blind spots, we need to look over our shoulder when changing lanes and entering or leaving highways. Another reason for continually moving our eyes is that humans have 2 types of vision, a sharply focused central vision and a peripheral vision. While the peripheral vision is good for detecting movement, it's difficult to judge distance and speed, and as a result, we need to move our central vision continually.
Driver. Old age drivers. As people get older, their driving patterns change. Retirement, different schedules, and new activities affect when and where they drive. Most older adults drive safely because they have a lot of experience behind the wheel. But when they are involved in crashes, they are often hurt more seriously than younger drivers. Age-related declines in vision, hearing, and other abilities, as well as certain health conditions and medications, can affect driving skills. Common mistakes of older drivers include failing to yield the right-of-way, failing to stay in lane, misjudging the time or distance needed to turn in front of traffic, failing to stop completely at a stop sign, speeding or driving too slowly. Young drivers. Most young drivers are prone to overspeeding and aggressive, tailgating, always in hurry, divert direction without indicator, using mobile phone while driving, not concentrating, not obeying traffic signs and traffic rules. There are times when you may need more than 2 seconds. When visibility is poor. If conditions are dark, such as when you are driving at night. If roads are wet or slippery. You have a heavy load. The road is unmade or there are road works. Over time and with lots of driving practice, you will be able to better judge the distance you need for different speeds. Mistakes, including mistakes made by other drivers, by leaving plenty of distance between your vehicle and the vehicles around you. Giving yourself more room can make the difference between stopping in time and crashing. Tailgating or driving too close to the vehicle in front increase the risk of a crash. This will also shorten the reaction time and distance in case the vehicle in front stops suddenly. It is very important to slow down while approaching traffic junctions and expect the vehicle in front will stop so you can avoid a crash. Final check test for lesson number 4. 70% of total questions must be answered correctly before you proceed to next lesson. Let's start lesson